All right, do you get it? I'm on. Talliest of holes, my friend, and welcome once again to the show we call Sir Reginald, Aurelius, Ignacio, Goldenscale III, Esquire's Travels Around the Globe. Now, you know, as of recently, we have been following our dreadful companions who have suffered to their feral instinct. Some of my fellow kobold travelers have suffered terribly so and lost their mind. We've been traveling, sneaking behind them within the tall grass, watching their every move. Wait, where did they go? Oh, as they seem they have found some sort of prey. As we look down, and it seems they've some sort of wagon. They have entered into the back of the wagon. It does seem like no one has seen them approach. They seem to be getting into all sorts. There seems to be somebody walking closer. Good dear, good heavens! I think he sees them. Oh goodness! It's a right battle. Oh good! What? There's a giant lion folk. He's speared one right there. Oh my goodness! Looks like is that a fine woman? She seems to. Oh my goodness! She just threw fire out of nowhere. I don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, but things are going crazy. I'm going to try to get closer. I'm going to try sneaking get close. Okay, I have gone as close as I can without being detected. Let us see if we can find out. Oh, I'm afraid our faithful companions have all been slaughtered. Well, that is the rule I hear of the Mirren continent, but these are such wild lands. They seem to be capable of speech. I'm going to get in a little close. Let's see. Excuse me, madam. I would like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Don't mind the camera, please. It's merely just here. Just pay attention to me.
Will you be attacking as well?
Oh, I would do things of no sorts. You see, I'm a fine gentleman. I am finely dressed. You see, as gold is my scale, as gold is my heart. I am merely a reporter, an anthropologist, not a fighter.
Oh. Well, quite lovely to meet you. I'm so sorry about your fellow people.
Heavens, they had gone quite ravenous, and I just kind of was following them, hoping to get a better documentation of the effects of this lands on what seems to be the kobold kind.
It's quite interesting that you're not feral either, so it wasn't like a contact thing, like if they touched you, you would become...
Oh, heavens, no! It was done quite some time ago. They started scratching each other, then they started biting everything they could find, and it was just a mess. But, yeah. Where are my manners? Sir Reginald Aurelius Ignacio Goldenscale III, Esquire.
Nice to meet you.
And you are?
My name's Luna.
Ah, Luna. So, what can you tell me about these fantastic fighters I just watched slay my kindred foe, or my kindred allies?
We're just traveling together. I don't really know them very well.
Oh, you seem to strike like a coordinated tactical team.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. We've been in maybe one or two scuffles together, a little. But nothing crazy. I mean, this is really the first time we've ever fought together.
Now, I couldn't help but notice you seem to be a practitioner of the magical arts.
Oh, yes. I've spent the last few years studying them.
Oh, yes. It does appear they ought to be of the healing kind, because it seems like your two companions over there are still yet to get up.
No.
Are they okay? One of them seems to be leaving a lot of liquid out.
We're treating them right now. I think perhaps Bogbean or somebody has something.
Oh, quite right. So anyway, what could you tell me about me? Where are you headed?
Well, we're on our way to the festival that's happening at the great city of Aranonka.
Oh, and what are you planning to do while you arrive at this festival? And is this festival allowed for all people, or is it invite only?
Oh, no. I believe most are allowed as long as you can make your way there and you're peaceful.
Fascinating.
Yes, there's no violence allowed.
Oh. Well, I'm sure we can find other things to research and intrigue our viewers.
But there's a lot of people to interview if you're interested.
Oh, quite right. Now, what can you say about yourself? Now, Miss Luna, you say.
Uh-huh.
Now, where do you happen to hail from? You seem to have very charming features.
Oh, well, I don't really know where I'm from, but I came here from the Hume continent.
Oh, come now. What investigative journalist would I be if I didn't probe for more answers?
Well, to be quite frank with you, I don't quite know much beyond the last few years, and most of that was spent really researching the magic you've seen.
Ah, so dazzling beauty forgets life and starts anew.
I suppose, yes.
I can see it now. But that's later.
Sure.
So what else can you tell me about this fine cart? I seem to smell strange, which seems to be maybe what my companions had been going after.
Well, it is a food cart. One of our companions, actually the person who allowed us to come on this caravan, is a food vendor. He makes all sorts of good buns and stuff.
And which one would that be?
The one that's on the ground.
Ah, quite right. Well, I would say you perhaps maybe should care for your colleagues in that time, because it's not very good manners to allow them to continue leaking like that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But
I should go.
But if you have time, perhaps talk to, I believe, a D&D wife, if you have a moment.
Sure. I'm sure she can take over from here. I really must get going. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, now that we've dispatched of the pleasantries, Miss D&D wife, what can you tell me about this role of yours in D&D?
Well, she went off in a hurry. I built Luna. I wanted to do something different and unique in this new campaign, because it's a homebrew world that we created. So I wanted it to be completely different from what I've done before. Still a magic caster, which I love, but it's a whole new homebrew class that I can't really say because it's a secret. Nobody knows.
Now, what would you say was some of the primary influences that you would take with Luna?
Well, I read a lot of books, Janine Frost, a bunch of, just a bunch of different people, Stephen King. And so they all come from different books that I love to read. Basically the lone sorceress that is trying to help everybody, that kind of thing.
Quite right. Very, very noble.
And she's not really a good person, but she's not bad either.
Oh, very well. Now, what could you say about yourself? How long have you been partaking in this practice of creating people?
Well, I've been writing stories for a long time, since I was a kid, but I've just only started playing D&D the last 5 years.
Now, what were some of your motivations for getting into such a wonderful event?
Oh, well, I loved watching Critical Role. It was one of the first things I watched, and it was super fun seeing them all get really immersed into their characters. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to create characters I could become for a little bit. Quite
splendid, really. I quite enjoy these tales of things that I quite never heard of, but sound rather entertaining.
Thanks.
But what could you say could be some of your other interests that you have out there? So other hobbies other than just creating these fantasy characters?
No, it's not just this. I love painting. I love reading, like I said before, but I also like writing stories, which is why I have a blog where I write all the adventures of our table.
A fellow journalist?
Yes.
Oh, you must have to tell me how to be published. I've been trying for years.
Well, it's mostly self-publishing, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it can be quite tough.
Not very lucrative.
Dirty scoundrels. They just never want to print the truth.
Oh, I know. It's tough out there.
But was there anything else you'd like to share with your fans and loyal listeners of my some tens for fans?
Just that there's a lot that Luna has going on, and if you really want to know, just stay tuned.
Quite right. I'm sure we'll learn quite much to learn. I can't wait. Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean we're losing? This is Reginald signing off. We're apparently losing the signal, but we will be back soon. Stay tuned for our fellow travelers around the world. Thank you, D&D Wife. I'm sure we'll hear from you once again, but we must go.